It is not often that a young watch brand surprises me. And today, for the first time on the channel, we've got a French brand founded in 2016. So that's fairly young, but this brand has something. I just can't put my finger on it. They keep pumping out neoclassic home runs like it's easy. And I'm happy to say they have done it again with their all new line. But are their watches any good? Well, we're gonna find out right now. Introducing the all-new BALTIC Hermetique Tourer, a watch that is ready for exploration and adventure. And this neoclassic really blurs the lines between vintage and modern. And during my 2 weeks with this thing, it felt vintage. I felt like I was wearing a vintage watch, but with a more durable, modern build quality. The Hermetique has an integrated crown, unique design that can be worn on your left or right hand easily. So it's ambidextrous and you won't have to worry about the crown digging into your wrist. It's always going to be comfortable. Speaking of the crown, this one is 5.2 millimeters. It is push-pull and it helps give the Tourer 150 meters of water resistance. Very nice. Let's have a look at the case. It's a thing of beauty. It has long, elegant lugs that look like they kinda kick out at the tips with that little bit of extra machining on the apex of the curve. It is fully brushed except for that bezel. And the way the bezel just sits on the flat mid-case with the edges still visible, it looks phenomenal. You get a multi-layered vintage look, and the sapphire takes it a step further. Mimicking historic pieces from the past, we got a boxed sapphire crystal that raises above the bezel by 2.5 millimeters. Time for the dimensions. I got 37 millimeters in diameter, a secret measurement of 31.5 millimeters. And we have a thickness of 10.8. That is including the 2.5 millimeters of sapphire. So we have an incredibly thin timepiece. And of course, there are drilled lugs for easy strap changes and a lug-to-lug of 46 millimeters. That's a bit long, but you guys be the judge on the faraway shots and let me know how it wears. The Hermetic comes with a super soft FKM Tropic strap. It is 20 millimeters and it tapers down to 16. That's the taper we like to see, especially in a vintage-inspired timepiece. I'm a huge fan of Tropic straps, so good choice, but I would love to see a NATO option in the future. And let me mention, you can also get it on a bracelet, a beads of rice, or a flat link. Now that's out of the way, let's get into the interesting bits, that dial. These raised Arabics and baton indices are made out of loom. It is a 3D loom technique that have 3 advantages over conventional markers. 1, you get clean looks. 2, you get a ton of loom because it's all loom. And last but not least, you get unlimited creativity and possibilities for your hour markers. And I love the way the baton marker crosses from the beige center dial to the black sector chapter ring, which is slightly raised and has a high polished bevel. So keeping in line with this watch's dynamic layered look, even on the inside. These design choices add a touch of sophistication and visual interest to the watch's overall look and feel. Well done, BALTIC. The matte beige dial is not only refreshing, but also unobtrusive. And if beige isn't your thing, they got 3 other colors, a dark blue, a green, and a brown. For me, I think the blue variant catches my eye the most. Now the moment of truth. How does the loom look? Well, it's BGW9 Swiss Superluminova, and there's a ton of it. So, of course, the loom is fantastic. And typically, blue loom doesn't have that vibrant glow, but this one is pretty good. So I know it will last all night. Powering the Hermetique is the Miyota 9039. It's a true no date and has a smooth, sweeping seconds going 28.8 VPH. It's a hack hand wind automatic with 24 joules and 42 hours of power reserve. You are going to get the Miyota wobble with a unidirectional rotor, and this movement is so thin it allows a true to form vintage design to come to life. But I would love to see a luxury version and maybe upgrade the movement to a G100. The G100 is basically the Swiss version of the Miyota 9015. Let me know in the comments section if you would pay an extra $150 to have a Swiss movement, even though this one is highly regulated and is pretty similar. So what's the $1 million question? What does this timepiece cost? I only found the price in euros, so it might be a little bit off, but it's going to run you 580 USD on the Tropic and 670 on the bracelet. That is absolutely fair for the Miyota movement regulated with this fit and finish with these looks. I think BALTIC hit it out of the park, and if you're into watches with that vintage vibe, but you don't want to worry about water resistance, then this may be the watch for you. I will say though, a negative is the crown. I love that it's hidden, the style is so cool, but it's difficult to manually wind and even pull out the crown or set the time. Let me know your thoughts and if you're picking up one of these. But if you are not convinced, I got 2 more watches you might be interested in on the right of your screen right now. So make sure you like this video first and then head over to the next one, and I'll see you there.